morning and welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Animals and Pets with Partha. Today's episode is on a recent hot topic about dogs being banned by the government of India. Well, let me come to the point. Well, there are about 23 breeds that are listed in the circular given to all the states that they should ban these dogs, prohibit them from further breeding, and whoever has this dog should not propagate or breed from these animals, and they should be sterilized so that they have no chance of producing further of these vicious dogs. Well, how did this come about in a vast country like India, which is of course great in many, many ways and greater still today? Well, but there are certain things that we all need to know. These dogs are a specialized subject. Purebred dogs is something which we learned from the Britishers. And these breeds that have been created by the Kennel Club of England, some of them are, of course, also recognized by the Kennel Club of London, but others may be approved by other kennel bodies across the world. Well, these are breeds which have to meet with stringent approval from various authorities before they are approved to be internationally accepted. The point is that these breeds, each of these breeds are manufactured by man, and they have been made for a specific purpose. Their temperament, their structure, skeletal and topographical, everything is defined in many words and also in diagrams and drawings. And their functionality, how their minds operate, what they are capable of doing, and things like that. So there are, of course, these breeds that have been pointed out, they are powerful dogs. But the sad part is that in India, we had a rich culture that we inherited from the Britishers way back, even after independence, we were running the Kennel Club very well. But then a group of very corrupt individuals came in and took over the Kennel Club and used it for their personal gains. So what happened, the result was they hiked the charges of registering and then they, all that to generate money and mint money and share it among themselves. So it was a group of people who actually ransacked this this game, which was once the pride, of course, one of the jewels in the crown of the British Raj. The KC London was here, and of course the Britishers ran it, and then of course the royalties and aristocracy of India, they all did a wonderful job. But the greats are gone, there are no more. What has been left behind is some people with self-interest and corrupt people. They have the pedigree, which is most important in a dog for proper breeding, to maintain proper bloodlines. Dog shows are where you get them approved, whether these dogs should be bred or not bred, or it's a suggestion that people should only breed to very sound animals, or sound in structure, sound in mind. But what has happened? The greed for money, because in this vast country people are fighting to earn an extra buck. They work over hours, and so the opportunity couldn't be let go. So when they realized that India suddenly emerged as a huge potential pet market, and dogs, of course, find the it's the plum in the cake. So naturally, more and more people just jumped into the bandwagon to breed more and more dogs. Quality was put aside, and the people involved in the dog world also, who were running this kennel club, so-called kennel club, which actually is no more, it does not survive on the values it was first started. But anyway, what has happened is people are now, some funny people, lots of rich people, they are paying to get their dogs win. So everybody knows the meaning. The meaning of winning at a dog show is pay the club, pay the judge, and you win. So it doesn't matter what quality. It doesn't matter if your dog bites. The judge will not even, if the dog bites, you tell the judge the dog bites, don't touch it. The judge will look at the dog from far and award it first prize. So this is what is happening. So this has actually resulted in breeding of vicious dogs. And because a lot of these dogs, whichever dogs the breeders can use cheaply, if they have a dog in their kennel, which is, of course, maybe they got it as a gift because people couldn't keep it, so it's a vicious dog. So that is the stud dog. So they just put the bitch in and the bitch is bred and the bitch produces. So that dog is worth in gold. He only one number of puppies to sell. Now what happens? Now these people who actually enforced this ban, who wrote that circular, they are not aware of all these breeds. I'm sure. Because in India, the knowledge about dogs is so poor. People are not interested. People are only interested. They just treat it like maybe a rabbit or a guinea pig or whatever, birds, this, that, what is sold in cages. They think that this is also another something like that. Dogs which always had the most coveted place as the man's best friend. And means all along civilization, all along the existence of mankind, there has never been a moment when they have lived without dogs, or they have not taken the assistance of dogs, or they have not looked after dogs. So, but then the present situation, majority of the people who are rich and affluent, they think they know everything. And not everybody, of course. Many are great animal lovers and dog lovers, and they would just have dogs is just another thing to be added. Like, you have some ducks, or you have some hens, and you have some dogs, and you have all that. So all these are animals. So all these are in the same level. They don't differentiate dog as in that high echelon as one of the greatest animals ever produced after humans. Well, now the situation is, people got bitten by all these aggressive dogs that were bred. This mentally deranged, and dogs that are kept as people get the pleasure that when they have something which is growling and barking and things like that, shut up in a cage, they think it will ward off, of course it does, of intruders who know that if they, the dog may be left loose and they will get bitten if they ever try to enter. Well, some people have the mentality and they derive a lot of pleasure of this. But this is what actually, so what came to the government had to do something when they got to know that a lot of these vicious dogs have been biting and mauling people. So they asked, well, give us a list of the vicious dogs. They don't know what to write and where to get it from. So some people must have just accumulated a list of dogs which they think or they thought they could put it in the vicious list. So that list was drafted and typed and circulated. But then that's not the answer, because even small dogs bite viciously. But because they're small, you can manage them, you can kick them and do things like that, or you can do whatever. But then for a big dog to control is difficult. So because the temperament of most of the dogs is what you're buying from. You're buying from a shop. So you don't know where the parents come. You only believe that person who tells you all the big stories of world champion and international champion and things like that. So so the situation is 95% of people, or maybe more, they believe in buying a dog from a vendor in the street. You go to Siliguri and you approach the Darjeeling Mall, that road. You see there are maybe 20, 30, 40 pet shops, all selling dogs and puppies, all lined up, all sorts of puppies. Just somehow they need to have little attractive, like a little hair on the body, or the hair, the face should be little, snout should be little small or something like that. It should, whether they will go, 1 feet or 3 feet, nobody knows where it comes from. People collected from villages here, there, they're all crossbreds, undernourished, whatever. And those dogs are there because they sell. Because they sell and people are interested to buy it, take it, if it dies, it doesn't matter, they buy one more. They have no feelings or attachment. And then, of course, in the Northeast, you have places where a dog meat is a delicacy. And so it's very, very much needed to be on the table. If the dog becomes ill, just kill it and, slaughter it and put it on the table. So this is all is happening in India. This is India. Of course, with all that great things also happening, I am not at all blaming the administration in any way. But it is the people who have to change. It is the custodians, the corrupt dog game people, they have to be thrown out. And a consolidated dog game which has the support of the entire country's dog-loving fraternity must come together, which is possible because they have all splintered away into small groups, and not all, and a lot of them are they're wonderful people with great mentality. They would do wonders for the dog game in this country. But anyway, that is the truth. Dogs are banned, 23 of them. The circular is in public. I am also posting a circular here. You can have a look at it, and just you have to follow rules as long as the rules are approved. So please try and avoid breeding these dogs as long as the rule is there, because we are law-abiding citizens, and I hope that we will follow rules. All of us should follow rules. Thank you and bye-bye. Please subscribe to my channel who have not. I will come back with more and more great news about animals and pets all the time. Thank you very much for your endorsements.